What's up, friends, and welcome to Weird Westeros, where I go over weird histories, lores, and theories from A Song of Ice and Fire. Just because the show is over doesn't mean we can't still talk Game of Thrones. Today is part 1 of a 5-part miniseries covering the 5 weirdest mythical and sentient species in Planetos. Specifically, in this episode, we're going to talk about the Valyrian Sphinx. With that out of the way, let's get into it. The Valyrian Sphinx is a mythical creature that appears often on important structures, and there are numerous mentions of them throughout the novels. Not very different from our own idea of a sphinx, we see the Valyrian Sphinx depicted as being a creature with body parts of a handful of different animals, with the face of a human. Commonly, we will see them have the body of a lion with the wings of a hawk, but while traveling in the Velvet Hills, we see Tyrion admire a large Valyrian Sphinx with a dragon's body in a dance with dragons. Valyrian Sphinx sculptures are seen throughout the architecture of not only Essos, but also Westeros. We see a pattern of Valyrian Sphinxes with eyes of polished garnets alongside the small console door in the Red Keep. There is a black stone arch carved with sphinxes at the gateway of the Long Bridge in Volantis. We even see towering green sphinxes with eyes of onyx flanked alongside the gates of the citadel, with bodies of lions, the wings of eagles, and the tails of serpents. Since they are a pair, one is female and the other is male. More interesting than their physical depictions are the tales told to us by a few different characters throughout the book. In A Feast for Crows, we see Maester Aemon and Samwell Tarly travel to Old Town to protect Gilly carrying Mance Rayder's infant in an effort to remove all royal blood from Melisandre's grasp. And just as a side note, Jon Snow also did fear the Targaryen king's blood that flowed through Maester Aemon, and how this could be used to Melisandre's favor, possibly in a spell. If you weren't already aware, Maester Aemon is a Targaryen, brother to Aeg or King Aegon V, and lived long enough for people to forget, so it's better that they left. The voyage was difficult on the more than 100-year-old man and ended up becoming bedridden and near death when arriving to Braavos. Aemon begins to have these possibly prophetic fever dreams, where we hear one dream in particular recounted to us by Sam, who is telling Larys who is an acolyte and also known as the Sphinx. The Sphinx is the riddle, not the riddler. Do you know what that means? There are many theories surrounding what this might mean, if it really does in fact mean anything, but here are a few items we can consider when dissecting Aemon's fever dream. Sphinxes can either be male or female, so it is quite fitting for Sam to have told Larys, because he is possibly Solera Sand, one of the Sand Snakes, a woman posing as a man. We also hear Aemon lament not being able to guide and assist Daenerys Targaryen. And one thing that we do discover in the books, the High Valyrian word for dragon is actually gender neutral, indicating that the true dragon can either be male or female, again echoing the Sphinx's duality. And to add on to that, another duality we actually can also consider is the prince that was promised, who in this case can either be male or female. I do also want to mention another depiction of sphinxes in the novels, but we must take it with a grain of salt. In a sample chapter from The Winds of Winter, sphinxes are depicted in a vision told to us by Aaron Damfer, a priest of the drowned god and younger brother to Balon Greyjoy, who is forced to drink the shade of the evening by Aeron Greyjoy. He sees visions of Aeron blowing a great horn, causing dragons, krakens, and sphinxes to come at his command and bow before him. So, is this a vision from the drowned god? Is this the horn that can bring down the wall? Undoubtedly, it will differ from the final version, but it is interesting to speculate. So let me know what you think. Is Aemon's fever dream a clue to the prophecy of the prince that was promised? Will Aeron Greyjoy blow the great horn and command an army of terrifying creatures? Let's get discussions going below. This channel is a passion project of mine. I created it long ago because I love Game of Thrones and I wanted to improve my communication skills through filmmaking. I've learned a whole lot since I've started my journey, and for those of you who have been watching since the beginning, you know that my videos have changed. That said, I hope you stay tuned to the next installment that I have in the works for you. Thank you so much and see you soon.